that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have, or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Get ready for a free fight night, Milwaukee. Rev and Rumble Boxing Night is coming to Davidson Park on Saturday, August 23rd. Watch top amateur fighters from across the Midwest go head-to-head in a night of non-stop action. Enjoy local food trucks, drinks, and exclusive merch, plus family fun like face painting and retro video games. That's Rev and Rumble Boxing Night at Davidson Park. Free for all ages from 3 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 23rd. Learn more and register at revandrumble.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The biggest sports stories in Wisconsin. Talked about by Wisconsin sports fans. For Wisconsin sports fans.
The Bucks aren't answering the phone. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't answer the phone because you don't just get... I don't care if you give me 65 first-round picks, you're not getting another Giannis.
Right. So my natural take here is going to, I'm going Packers here.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers in the home opener as well.
Yeah, the Packers going to come in and they got to prove something. They got to play with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they beat Detroit week
Jason,
1.
do you think this is crazy that all four of us just picked the Packers in week 1?
Congratulations, you've now assured the fact that the Lions will win.
This is Sunday Karma, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brand's founder and CEO, Craig Karmazin.
It's still going. It's still going. Last week we got on this show and said there is only positivity allowed. There is only Brewers and public service allowed as we were going through the flood relief. Today, there's no public service allowed. Well, maybe it's allowed, but we don't have to lead with it. And there still is only positivity in Brewers. We don't care. Bump Wilde now if Wilde doesn't want to talk about the Brewers. We bumped him last week. Strophe and Kyle Wallace not here. Greg Scalzo and I in the same show for the first time in, it's got to be 2 months.
Definitely has to be a while. I didn't even remember how to turn my microphone on the right way. Yeah, it's been a while. Last time we were together, I think we might have been talking about the Brewers have done a good job just keeping things afloat with all the injuries to the pitching. And
they have to get through May at 500.
If they can do that, then, once they get healthy again, they can make a run at the Cubs, and it's going to be really tight down the stretch. And
there's no chance at the wild card, so you got to win the division.
Yeah, how wrong we were.
It's unbelievable. If you search my texts for the word unfathomable, the amount of times I've used unfathomable, unbelievable, impossible, incredible. I don't know if I said unbelievable, but every night is and every series seemingly is a new peak. And you think you get to a place where it can't get better, or it can't get more outrageous, or it can't get more ridiculous, or it can't get more unfathomable. And then it does.
Well, and it's not just the what, it's the how.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
not just they're winning. It's, last weekend against the Mets, I thought that was peak. I thought, I don't know if it could get any better. And I thought that coming into Sunday when we did our show. And then they went down, the most runs they had come back from in the season and came
down
back.
8-1 on Saturday.
Well, no. Last week against the Mets, I'm saying. They did that and came back on Sunday. And then they blow out the Pirates, where it's okay, as a fan, you just got to breathe and relax for a few days. And then the Reds, as you said, the series starts and Miz is down 8-1. And by the way, the Brewers probably, that was all part of their strategy. They're like, you know what? 3 years from now, we're going to have arbitration with Miz. We'll hold him out for 10 days. We'll have him give up 6 runs. It'll hurt his ERA. We'll be able to save a few bucks in arbitration long term.
I thought you were going to say, hold him for the pitch count. Like, hey, have him blow it early. We can't keep him out of the rotation that long, but if we keep him.
No, they're like, Miz, go an inning and 2/3. It'll help us in arbitration a few years from now. And we're fine. We'll retire 23 straight batters. That did the bullpen. The bullpen retired 23 straight batters, and they somehow won a game that they were down 8-1, and it wasn't even dramatic. And it was like, oh, so is this the biggest comeback of the year, replacing the Mets one from Sunday? But it's not dramatic, but it's crazy. So then, if you want dramatic, then last night's game says, oh, we're going to make this, we're going to give you every bizarre scenario. I mean, what do you think was the weirdest thing that happened last night that allowed the Brewers to win?
Probably the error to send it to extra innings, right? Ellie De La Cruz off of a double play opportunity, throwing it away to even with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Like that was the second game within 3 days. And I think a lot of people, it was Friday night, right, where they make that big comeback against the Reds. It was the Apple TV broadcast. So you're kind of like, I think there's probably a lot of people like me. I was actually out to dinner and the bar doesn't have, there's no TV
they didn't have the Apple.
Because
I never
it's
thought
no
of
Apple
that.
TV. And so, we're just kind of like, tracking on the phone. Oh, you're down 8-1. What a great run it's been. You get the George Webb burgers, like what a cool thing. But you know what? They're going to blow it here. And then all of a sudden they come back and tie it and win it. Last night, similarly, yesterday, it was like, okay, they're down heading into the 9th, 2 outs. You just expect it to be one of those situations, right? Or I should say 1 out. And then all of a sudden they get.
And by the way, especially because they had first and second, no outs. And Lockridge couldn't get the bunt down.
Correct.
Right? And they've been so fundamentally sound. And by the way, Caleb Durbin had the amazing bunt, the inning earlier, and the third baseman from the Reds made just the sickest play to get them. It was a SportsCenter top 10 play to prevent the Durbin base hit. So you're like, all right, they're still doing all the fundamental things. But then Lockridge doesn't get the bunt down, and you're like, all right, this is it. They hit the double play ball.
And then De La Cruz throws it into the ground. And all of a sudden they tie it up. And once they tied it up, that to me was like, oh, they're going to win this game. And I know there was the error in left field in the 10th.
Well, okay, that's what I was going to say, because you said that was the most bizarre thing.
That was the most, because at that point, though, once they made that error that allowed the Brewers to send in extras, the game was over.
Wait, but let's go into that. So then in left field, on a regular base hit, have you ever seen that before, where the left fielder breaks his knee because he can't pick up the ball? Literally, he couldn't feel the ball, and then it was past him, and he
just flopped.
And he
just
twisted.
Fell.
It was sad. It was, and I feel, but I don't know that
I feel for him. Don't act like
I do feel for him, but I've never seen anything like
he didn't
that.
Blow out his ACL.
He didn't? Do we know he didn't?
I don't think he.
He left the game, right?
I'll have to check the injury report, but to my knowledge, no.
All right, check the game and see if Fraley's doing okay before we mock Fraley, because I have a lot of empathy toward Fraley. Greg's questioning my empathy toward Fraley.
I am, yes.
There was a girl in my high school named Fraley, Rebecca Fraley. I don't know if they're related, but I have empathy toward the Fraleys. So then that's bizarre, right? You agree that's bizarre?
That was bizarre.
Okay.
He did suffer an ankle injury, and he's on the IR, so...
Yeah, but all right, an ankle injury on the IR could be he sprained an ankle and,
maybe never gets his burst back and never has what we thought Fraley was going to be in that Reds organization when he was one of the top prospects. No, I don't know if he was.
No idea.
No, I've never heard of him. Okay, so then we're talking about what's bizarre, but then isn't it pretty bizarre? And didn't we just skip over the fact that that McGill comes in, he looks like he's unhittable. He strikes out Trevino, and then all of a sudden Hayes, the third baseman who had made the great play on Caleb Durbin, rips a ball down the right field line that bounces off the wall, then bounces off Sal Frelick, that is probably going to be an inside the park home run or something because it just bounced off him and somehow bounced off his knee and goes over the fence, and they only give the batter second base?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bizarre. Have you ever seen that in all your years of watching baseball? Have you seen a ball hit the wall and then hit the guy's knee and then bounce back over the wall?
I mean, there was the famous Canseco where it hit the wall, hit his head, and then went over the wall for a ground rule double.
Yeah. I've never seen in an extra inning clutch game a ball hit a guy's knee where, again, if that had rattled around the corner, at least a triple.
Probably
right?
a triple, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we don't know how. I mean, did you
with Frelick's arm, I don't think he's getting all the way around.
But did you see how far it went?
Yeah.
If that had bounced toward the corner with Hayes running, I mean, that thing would have been moving to at least third base, and the Brewers could have lost the game in that scenario, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't remember that often where you see Black pinch hit for Baroa, and then they also then just pinch. They didn't think Monasterio was good. Then they decide to pinch hit Monasterio, and he's number 14, and he hits the home run to be their 14th straight win. Like, I thought that was pretty crazy.
It was wild. And Monasterio after the game saying that, Murphy had asked him to be ready 3 or 4 times during the game. He never got in. And then the 5th time he asked Monasterio in the 7th inning, this is Pat Murphy, are you ready for a big moment? And then Monasterio's like, of course. And
Black had pinch hit for Baroa in the 5th inning.
Yes.
So I wonder if that was then that next at bat that he was thinking about, or what that was, because Black ended up walking twice, after pinch hitting and getting 3 plate appearances.
And then Monasterio, who's not known for his power or his offensive prowess, obviously with the 3-run bomb, in which case it really felt like the game was over once again.
And Perkins and so Perkins is out, Collins is out, and Vaughn hits into a double play in a big spot, who's been the clutch guy and the guy who's been hitting as well as anyone. And it's just like, I don't know. None of it seems to matter. Miz pitches on terribly on Friday. Priester, gives you kind of a Priester-like effort.
They've won the last 14 games that Priester started.
Doesn't get the win, but he has had a bunch of starts where he goes 5, right? He'll go 7 occasionally, but he's generally 5 to 6, and he's 2 runs, right?
He's turned into a top of the rotation type of pitcher. It's been unbelievable.
Which is interesting when you think about the postseason, which I don't think it's premature to start thinking about what this rotation looks like in the postseason. But then you think about the fact that Mears all of a sudden gets hit really hard. But he gets hit hard when they have a 3-run lead. So, even that worked out well, that he gives up a bomb, a 2-run home run, right? Or was it a solo after they had scored the run? Whatever it was.
A sac fly. And
right,
then it was
so sac fly, then solo home run.
Yeah.
So he gives up the home run, cuts it to a 1-run lead, and they end up winning 6-5. And 14 straight wins, 34 games over 500. Is that math possible? 34 games over 500?
It's unbelievable. It's a franchise record for wins. I think I saw a stat, and I'm going to botch it here.
I don't think wins in a season. I think they've gotten...
No, I'm saying
franchise fastest record to 100 or best record, or what are you saying?
Longest win streak.
Winning streak.
In the history
winning streak. Yeah, winning streak.
Straight.
Absolutely, yes.
But I saw that I think in the last 40 games, the Brewers have more wins than the Colorado Rockies do the entire season. It might be the last 40 or 48 games.
They have 5 more wins than the Rockies, too, the whole season through the last 40 games.
Is that what it is?
Yes, that's what it is.
Wait, so the Rockies... Wait, no. That's not possible.
The
Rockies are 34. The Rockies are 34 and 89. So that means the Brewers would have been 39-1 in their last 40, which feels right, but I don't think they're exactly 39-1 in their last 40.
It's the last 48 games. The Brewers are 39-9.
So 39-9 in their last 48, which puts them first. You start with the Cubs, right? 9 games ahead of the Cubs for first place in the National League Central. Then you look at where that is for the National League for the 1 seed overall. 8.5 games ahead of the Dodgers and Phillies. And you look at it in Major League Baseball overall, the Toronto Blue Jays have the second best record at 73-51. So they're 6 games ahead of them. I think the thing that's most shocking in all this is the prowess of the offense. And we will talk about that as we continue. It's all Brewers all the time. We need to warn Wilde. Do you think Wilde's going to opt out of the show again?
Did he opt out last time?
Yeah. He's like, because he was covering the Packers game. So he's like, if you guys are only talking Brewers, I don't think I have a lot to add today. Yeah. Coming off the Packers game.
Well, I mean, big Packers preseason game yesterday in which they sat 29 guys.
Again, we will not talk about that game today. I'm sure on the rest, Greg is the market manager here, and he is the one who has mandated all Packers all the time. We talk Packers 388 days a year, and you cannot talk about the Bucks or Brewers or will be removed.
I thought being honest is one of our core values here.
It is. Yes. Okay. All right. We will talk more Brewers as we continue, and we'll find out if Jason Wilde opts in or out for his appearance on Sunday Karma. It's ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Attention Milwaukee County residents. As we move into the recovery phase from recent flooding, it's crucial to stay safe and informed. If you've experienced property damage, please report it by calling 211. That is 211. For public damage like downed trees, visit milwaukee.gov/click4action. Over the next few days, Milwaukee County officials will be doing property evaluations of the damage. The county will report total damages to the state of Wisconsin. We appreciate your help and support. For more information, visit wem.wi.gov. Thank you.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. When Tri-City National Bank decided to optimize their print output strategy, they needed a resource with the expertise to recommend a solution. CIO Robert Prang.
And James helped us with that analysis of what our print consumption was and what we were doing.
The outcome of the James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services recommendation?
We ended up reducing down to about 97 total printers and copiers from 197.
The impact on your print output?
We eliminated over 500,000 pages a month of output that we figured out we really didn't need.
Month after month, that adds up to savings and value.
Oh, tons of value. Those numbers add up even when it's only a penny or so per page.
Managed Print Services from James Imaging Systems. AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. To learn more, visit jamesimaging.com.
Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Preseason football is underway and college football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal & Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal & Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal & Associates at teamgrimal.com.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma continues, awaiting a response from Wilde. We've told him it's all Brewers again today. In or out, we'll find out from Jason. I don't know if we ever updated on this show. We asked Jason to... Were you here when we asked him to text David Bakhtiari? Were you here that
I don't
day?
think I've been here for an extended period of time. There was one time I was here where it was just me and Kyle producing a few weeks back.
Yeah, and this is the voice of Greg Scalzo, Craig Karmazin with you.
But no, I was not here when we asked him to text David Bakhtiari.
Okay. We did because I was like, is he retired or is he still playing or like what's his story?
I don't think he's officially retired.
Right. And Jason, and I was like, so you're saying like if the Steelers needed him for a few games, like would he like be ready to take that call and potentially play? And he's like, I don't know. So we texted him exactly that. And he texted back kind of a non-answer, like he's not sure, kind of. So I thought it took him like a week or so to text back, but I don't think we ever updated the Sunday Karma loyalists with that data. Speaking of data,
well, after five, I know we're not supposed to talk Packers, but after 5 penalties yesterday in the first half from the second round pick,
stop it. I don't. I don't. If you gave me $100, I could not name the Packers second round pick. What position the second round pick even plays?
Well, it was tackle. So
yeah.
We'll stay on the Brewers.
All right. I know you have your top quarterback tiers of 2025 because that topic hasn't been done by everyone. So why were you going to talk about that on this show today?
I'm just look. I wanted to talk. I came in here. Me and Will had our pre-show conversation. I said, "Look,
we're going quarterback tiers."
No, we weren't.
I got an exclusive
Brewers,
thing.
We were going Brewers, and then we said Brewers, and I said, "Look, there wasn't much from the game yesterday for Packers, but the one interesting thing to me is the quarterback tiers that Mike Sando does."
Who is Mike Sando?
He's a reporter.
Will, you've never heard of Mike Sando? Be honest, Will. You've never heard of Mike Sando?
I can't say I have.
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
Completely honest.
So Greg's buddy from college. Did you go to college? Did he go to UW at least?
I have no idea where he went.
Is he a Badger?
I don't think.
So
he's
how do you know him?
Because it's, to me, the most reliable quarterback rankings that you get.
That anyone does in their basement? Wait, where's this guy work, Mike Sando?
For the New York Times, The Athletic.
Okay, all right.
Like, it's a pretty legitimate publisher.
I have heard of those.
Yes.
I've heard of those. Okay. So, okay. All right. If
we don't need to do it.
If Wilde doesn't show up, then we could talk about your quarterback tiers next segment.
I'm ready to talk Brewers.
Okay.
2 hours of Brewers.
So here's the thing that blew me away.
ESPN Milwaukee. ESPN Madison, ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPN
No, I don't
Wisconsin.
think we're not cleared in Beaver Dam. We're not big time enough for that.
We are on in Beaver Dam.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
I was told we're not.
You're the CEO. You started in Beaver Dam.
I know.
How are you going to ignore
I know I did. And
home of the Golden Beavers?
I thought I've kind of had a chip on my shoulder that we're not cleared in Beaver Dam. Okay, call if you're listening to us in Beaver Dam, call in right now. 800-990-ESPN. It is 800-990-3776. Because if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it fall, did it actually fall in the forest, right?
That is something that people say.
Okay, so right now, if in fact we are on the air in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, let's hear a phone call right now at 800-990-3776. It's 800-990-ESPN. I started in Beaver Dam, as you said, since 97, OG, day one, and my peeps in Beaver Dam, let's see how loyal and let's see how they show up for Sunday Karma on a Sunday right now. 800-990-3776. 37-76.
And there might be some public service conversation in Beaver Dam because I think Dodge County got hit very hard yesterday.
Yes. I wonder if we're preempted for severe weather today.
It could be.
Because the phone lines are not exploding with people listening to us in Beaver Dam this morning. And by the way, it's okay if you're listening in Horicon on 1430 or in Mayville or in Dodgeville or anywhere else along those lines. We're not restricting it just to Beaver Dam, even in if you're in Partyville or Cleveland, Cleveland's a really small little town or burg over there, Watertown. But I think you might be listening to 94.5 if you're listening to in Watertown, where signal's pretty strong there. Even 100.5 probably works there. All right. So here's what I want to hit on the Brewers as I was talking about data. How do you think about the Brewers' offense? Do you think it's average, below average? How do you look at them as just a straight offensive team?
I mean, I think that you would look at that roster and say that it is an average offense. I don't even think that you'd say it's a below average offense. But surely if I was, if I had been in a different country, not paying attention to the Brewers for the last 48 games, and I looked at this roster, I would say, you know what? William Contreras, one of the best offensive catchers in all of baseball.
Wait. So just real quick, where in Major League Baseball do you think they rank in runs scored in the majors?
Are you saying that what I know now?
What you know now?
Oh, I mean, they're second?
First.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
top two.
They're number one in Major League Baseball in runs scored.
Oh, what they've done is amazing. The point that I was getting to, Craig, is that if you look at the roster, you'd think, well, Yelich is good offensively, Churio surely is good offensively, Contreras is good offensively, and none of those three are the ones.
Would you say anyone on the Brewers is having a good offensive season that has played the whole season? No, of anyone.
No.
Who on the Brewers has had a great offensive season?
I mean, it's not if you don't count Andrew Vaughn, if you don't count Lockridge and some of those guys.
They haven't played full season, right? Turang hasn't had he's had a good offensive season, and he's come on.
Durbin's had a good offensive season.
Durbin's had a good, but he wasn't on the team to start the year.
Yeah.
So
Churio's coming back from injury.
They're number one
Yelich
in
has
runs
come
scored
on lately.
Yes.
And played very, very well.
All right, where do you think they rank?
Contreras has had it down
Where
here.
do you think they rank in base hits in the National League?
I mean, first.
Yeah. Where do you think they rank in batting average in the National League?
First.
Where do you think they rank in on-base percentage in the National League? It is insane.
Yeah.
How about this? Given all of that, where do you think they rank in the National League in strikeouts?
I would say 14th.
Yep. So they're third best, so pretty close, right? So that's pretty much where you had them, right?
It would be exactly 15 teams.
The Padres and Cubs are better.
Yep.
And then the Brewers are next.
So I hit that one right on the head.
Yeah. I mean, it is unbelievable. And they walk too, and you wouldn't think they have the most power in the world. The only teams ahead of them in walks are the Dodgers, Braves, Diamondbacks, and Mets in the National League, who are all huge power hitting teams.
And not only that, but the fact that they play such a coherent, cohesive style of baseball where they do put the ball in play allows for games like yesterday to happen, right? In order to put the pressure on the defense the way they did yesterday against the Reds, coming back in the 9th, in the 10th, right, with that error, all of those things that they're doing allow for them. It's like in football, right? Bill Belichick for 20 years had said that, all you need to do is to put pressure on the other team to make mistakes. You don't make mistakes, put pressure on the other team to make mistakes. That's what Pat Murphy's Milwaukee Brewers do. They put the ball in play. They make the other team be better.
Oh, by the way, where do you think they rank in stolen bases in the National League?
First,
exactly. Exactly what you're talking about. Putting pressure on the defense.
And they make those other teams try to beat them. And ultimately what you see is that when you're when you're winning like this, they're so confident in everything they do. They have such a strong belief in everything they do.
But when you're saying it's the guys who are playing aren't even guys who we've heard of half the time, right?
But I think we're kind of past that, no? Durbin is going to be a legit big leaguer. Frelick, they're working on extension for. He is a good player.
Right, but I'm talking about Siegler, Lockridge,
The Lockridge, Andrew Vaughn ones are out of nowhere.
Baroa.
Yes.
The Monasterio last night, right? Like all of and Monasterio has been a solid guy, but not a power guy, but he's been a solid guy who could pinch run.
His career slugging percentage is .330.
Yeah, I'm saying, but he's like a good pinch runner and like a good solid guy on the team, but he's not that. Like the people who are doing this, like Ortiz has become like I'm not calling him a doubles machine, but you don't want to
from one of the worst hitters in the NL to competent at the plate.
Yeah, you don't want to face him in a big spot right now. He's got a positive WAR, wins over replacement, above replacement. All of a sudden,
most of that's due to his defense.
Yes, I agree.
But
by the way, the defense up the middle, which you talk about, like Contreras, you said isn't having a great offensive year, but Contreras still has a 3.4 wins above replacement, and then you have Ortiz and Terang, and then you have Perkins, who literally last week won a game by throwing someone out at home plate from center field. Like, that's the craziness of what this team is. Oh, and then Perkins is gone, but it's fine. We'll win the next 2 games.
And that's where I think you look at it, and I don't want it to feel for the rest of this year like, how are they doing it with all these guys? I agree with you in spots. But the talent up and down this roster, from the guys that have come up during the year, from some of the savvy trades that were made, right? Like Andrew Vaughn, as much as people want to say he did nothing, and he did nothing with the White Sox 2 years ago, he had a good offensive season. He was a 3rd overall pick. Like, he's a talented player. It is remarkable, but the talent is better than people give it credit for. And what's amazing about what Matt Arnold and this front office has done, right? Like the mid-season report from Baseball America named the Brewers the best farm system in all of baseball.
Right.
So not only the guys they brought up to the majors this year, but the guys behind them.
They're leaving a lot of the guys down who have more talent and bringing up other guys just to keep the system going for the future. Now, right now, who would get MVP votes, right? Because the Brewers have the best record, right? So you'd have to say, so does Christian Yelich get MVP votes now?
You could look at him coming on as a candidate.
He's
down the
270, 25 home runs, 86 RBIs. Yeah, I mean, in 1988, like that could win the MVP, right?
You're ultimately he'll be receiving votes possibly, but
could Bryce Terang get MVP votes?
No. I don't think Terang can.
Right? At 279, 12 home runs, 58 RBIs, 21 stolen bases.
And a platinum glove.
A platinum glove and 4 wins above replacement. I don't know, right? Like, I don't think it's beating Shohei Ohtani.
No, but you also have to look at the pitching staff. And, you're not going to get MVP votes for the pitchers. But if you look at it, that pitching staff has also been absolutely unbelievable, from the bullpen to the starters. We talked about Quinn Priester. We all know what Miz was, take out his last start. They've just been so solid. Freddie Peralta, up and down. It's the definition of team baseball, and they've done it better than anybody.
So right now, I have the top 13 odds for MVP in the National League. Okay? Number 1, Shohei Ohtani. Number 2, Kyle Schwarber. By the way, Ohtani is negative 20,000. So you have to bet, if you bet $20,000,
you'll win 100.
You win 100. So that means
it's pretty much.
That means you have to bet $200 to win $1.
Yes.
So that means Ohtani's going to win the MVP. But here's who else has a chance. Number 2, Kyle Schwarber. Number 3, Manny Machado. 4, Paul Skeens. 5, Kyle Tucker. 6, Juan Soto. 7, Freddie Freeman. 8, Pete Crow Armstrong. 9, Seiku Suzuki. I think I added a k sound that shouldn't have been in there. 10, Ketel Marte. 11, Fernando Tatis Jr. 12, Pete Alonso. 13, Corbin Carroll. The Brewers have the best record in the National League, we said, by a landslide. And with 13 people on the board, they can't find a Brewer to put on that list.
I can think Brewers fans, there's one name there that sticks out when you talk about Crow Armstrong and PCA and how bad he's been in the second half, that I think a lot of Brewers fans would take exception to.
Yeah.
When you talk about being in an MVP race.
All right. We will either hear from Jason Wilde, or we'll hear Greg Scalzo's quarterback tears and his buddy from the Athletic.
We do have an update on the Beaver Dam situation. Joe on the Carbless Talk and Text line says he's listening to us in Mayville. Go Brewers.
Okay.
There you go. We didn't get a call, though. Tell him to call.
Yeah. I don't know if I buy that. All right. We will either hear from Greg's buddy at The Athletic with his quarterback tears, but we will talk more Brewers, or hear from Jason Wilde talking Brewers. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Get ready for a free fight night, Milwaukee. Rev and Rumble Boxing Night is coming to Davidson Park on Saturday, August 23rd. Watch top amateur fighters from across the Midwest go head-to-head in a night of non-stop action. Enjoy local food trucks, drinks, and exclusive merch, plus family fun like face painting and retro video games. That's Rev and Rumble Boxing Night at Davidson Park. Free for all ages from 3 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 23rd. Learn more and register at revandrumble.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. Looking to simplify your everyday banking? Our checking and savings accounts offer the tools you need, plus the friendly, Simply Local service you deserve. Enjoy competitive rates, 24/7 online and mobile banking, and real people ready to help right here in your community. Whether your checking balance is at midnight or stopping by one of our branches at noon, Great Midwest Bank has you covered with a variety of new and improved account options designed for your unique needs. Great Midwest Bank, Simply Local and member FDIC.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can help you break through the noise. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off the first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Summer is here, and your taste buds deserve the best. Carbless is perfect for the pool, the lake, or hanging out by the fire. Full of flavor with zero sugars, only 100 calories, and made with premium spirits. Don't just settle for something overly carbonated and those flavorless seltzers. Carbless has full flavor with every sip, not just a hint. So when you're ready to take a drink and ready to chill, Carbless is clean, crisp, and won't leave you feeling bloated. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
With great excitement, we welcome in Jason Wilde to the show. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. And you looked at your text, right?
Not only that, but I had Will ask me if I was opting in or opting out.
I love it. So, Jason.
Great producing by our guy, Will.
Jason has been a Brewers fan for longer than any of us here. Will, I don't even know. You're not even a Brewers fan at this point, right?
At heart, I'm a White Sox fan, but I've hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, which I guess
I'm with Andrew Vaughn.
If you dislike the Cubs, right? Like that's a good reason to root for the Brewers.
Right. Common hating interest, I guess.
Yes, exactly. I have lived here since 97. Became an affiliate in Beaver Dam in 97. But I would say truly, when the Brewers surpassed the Yankees for me was in 2018 when we bought WTMJ, and all of a sudden it was our biggest property in the entire company. So I've been a true Brewers fan, which is not true since 2018. Greg, what would you say about your fandom?
I've rooted for the Brewers since probably 2008 when I was in college. Lived with a bunch of guys from Madison, Wisconsin, and so I remember that 2008 season fondly. But you
were a Boston kid, and so they could be like your National League team.
In 21, when I moved here to Milwaukee and started working very closely with the Brewers and property and radio network.
But Jason, you are a true blue. What is your earliest Brewers memory?
I got a Robin Yount Twinkie baseball card when I was 4, 5 maybe, so 1976, 1977. Schmidt's grocery store on Oklahoma Avenue on the south side of Milwaukee, and he ended up being my favorite player, which turned out to be pretty good for me. And so I was probably 4 years old on the south side of Milwaukee, 1976.
I remember getting those Twinkies, getting a Twinkies Robin Yount card too. I remember that. But that did not make him my favorite because I was more of like a Willie Randolph if I had to pick a middle infielder. So Jason, like, what is your take on this? Like, I mean, you've been around teams that get hot, and you've been around teams that have runs that are not expected, but like, have you seen anything like what's going on and the way and the how and the why that they're winning, not just that they are winning?
No, I haven't. And, of course, you know how much I love stories. I mean, what better story is there right now in sports than what they're doing? I mean, first of all, Tausch gave me a hard time for opting out last week. They haven't lost since you did that last week.
They haven't lost,
right?
They haven't lost in the month of August. They have not lost. It's August 17th. Yeah. They have not lost in the month of August.
And as much as, I love the fact that Will is our Andrew Vaughn. The fact that they won 11 in a row and Will and Strofe went and put their lawn chairs in front of the nearest George Webb location and then endured criticism for putting the whammy on them. And then they went and put together a 14-game, at this point, winning streak after they had an 11-game winning streak. Like, most teams don't win 11 in a row in a season, much less have that be not their longest winning streak of a season. So it's really remarkable, and I hope that they get to where the 82 Brewers did and then surpass it by getting to the World Series and then winning it. But what I think is interesting is that 82 team, and if you haven't seen the Just a Bit Outside documentary on that team, which I think is still on Roku.
Greg, is it still on Roku?
It is still on Roku, yes. But there might be some additional opportunities to watch that documentary shortly.
Might be some major announcements coming here, Will, related to that.
Okay. I think I know to what you are referring. So if you watch that, the 81 team actually made the playoffs too and played your Yankees.
Yep. That was the strike year where the Yankees won one half of the year and the Brewers won the other half. So they had the two division winners who had each won half of the strike there's a strike in the middle of the year. So they had the two AL East winners play each other. If the same team won both halves, then they just advanced to the championship series. But if different teams won, they had to play each other.
Was that more than 20 years before you were born, Will?
Yeah, it had to have been, I think. I was born in 2002. So.
Yeah, so it was 20 years. Yeah.
So my point is that they were good in 81. And then obviously they got off to a really bad start in 82. And they fired Buck Rogers and hired Harvey Keene, and then they went on this miraculous run. But there were expectations going into 82. I don't know what our expectations were for the Brewers. I mean, they lost Willie Adames in free agency, right? Who was a fantastic player for them.
And remember, Woodward was out. Woody was out to start the year.
Yep.
And Woodruff, Woodruff was out to start the year. And
Yelich was coming back from injury. They lost Adames, who was their best player last year, and the heartbeat of the team.
I will say, coming into this year, I think this was the first year where, like, nationally and other places, people were like, all right, we're not going to make the same mistake. We're not going to say the Brewers are coming in 4th or 5th again.
Well, maybe not 4th or 5th, but like they also lost Devin Williams, who's been their best reliever for a while. Their over-under at the Potawatomi Sportsbook was, I think, 81 games.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Because the previous years, they were picked 4th or 5th.
Yes.
At least this year it was like, all right, they're going to be second or
they're
third.
Not going to beat the Cubs.
Right, exactly.
Like,
so this year it was like, all right, they're not going to make us look dumb. They're not going to be 4th or 5th. They'll at least be second or third with all this stuff. And that kind of was backed up, right? They get blown out in the New York series. They end up starting 16 and 18, including getting blown out, I think 10-0 by the White Sox. So they're 16 and 18, Jason.
Yeah. That to me, and Jesse's questioning whether Pat Murphy we should be having a conversation about Pat Murphy's job status. So I just think what's great about this, and I would argue that they were picked to finish, second or whatever, primarily because they had done so many good things in the last several years that nobody wanted to look stupid again.
Right. They'd made the playoffs, 6 of the last 7 years at this point.
Right, exactly. So I don't know if that was, they're going to be really good despite these missing pieces. And two, think about what they've done over the last several years as a smaller market team. They traded away Josh Hader while they were in first place in the division. They traded away a Cy Young winner in Corbin Burns. I mean, the fact that they have continued to win and now are winning the way they are, and, whether it's Isaac Collins or Andrew Vaughn, like there are these kind of out-of-nowhere guys that are making such a difference for them. Like, to me, it's just a really easy story to get really excited about and swept up in.
But Jason, doesn't it also remind you kind of how, when I watch them play, it reminds me sometimes of like how I was taught to play baseball. Like there's something about that also. Like I said, like they had 2 great bunts last night. One didn't work out with Durbin, and the other ended up being a base hit by Bryce Terang when he was probably bunting for a sacrifice. But between stealing bases and hitting to the right side, like I feel like there's. And the defense they play, like this isn't the like home run or strikeout that like baseball had become in the last 10 years.
Well, hopefully it's also a sign of things to come, and the other teams are going to look at this and say, hey, we're going to try to imitate this because it's more interesting baseball to watch.
Yeah, totally.
Well, and what I was going to say is it's almost like the A's are looked at from the Moneyball era, but not playing Moneyball. Like some of the tenets of Moneyball was that we don't care about defense, right? We just care about on-base percentage. We don't bunt because that's just giving the opponent an out. We don't steal bases. Now, they've changed the size of the bases, right? That's part of it.
And how often you can throw
anymore.
Over. Yeah, and how often you can throw over to first.
Right. And so I think it was Jeff Passan who mentioned this to Tausch and to me when he was on with us. Like one of the things that they are doing is taking advantage of the rule changes of recent years, and they've adapted the way they play. But to yours and Greg's point, like, they got an old college baseball coach as their manager. Like, it's almost like they're kind of a throwback to good fundamental baseball of bunting and stealing and playing good defense, which there had not been a value on for many years in the Moneyball era. So,
by the way,
I think that's another cool thing.
They were 21-25 at one point.
I remember we were talking about it. He's like, stay 500 until you can get healthy.
So that's now 57-19.
Yeah.
57. Wait, so, I mean, I was talking to a baseball person this week who said this may open up managerial jobs for like a totally different, like for a person who's like actually willing to tell players what to do, like that Pat Murphy's unfiltered and just kind of like that a bunch of people who've been overlooked in terms of the style of manager, this could, like, there could be a Pat Murphy reaction to this.
But it also has to be authentic, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to be
No, but
that
I'm saying, I
guy.
think there's a bunch of gruff guy. Jason, what's the manager from Major League?
Lou Brown, but I was going to say...
Yeah, isn't he like Lou Brown? Like, Lou Brown could all of a sudden get another job now. He probably hasn't worked since the Tribe won the World Series. Lou Brown's going to get a gig.
Or a Sunday Karma callback. Too bad he's no longer with us. Dirty Al Gallagher.
Yeah. See, Dirty Al Gallagher
would be perfect.
Dirty Al Gallagher would be one of the hottest in-demand managers right now.
I think it's manager, but I also think it's GM. And when you have an alignment with a guy like Matt Arnold, who knows the style of play they want to play, and Pat Murphy, who executes at a high level, those two guys seem to be on the same page every step of the way. And like you talk about all the trades they made, Matt Arnold was selling high on the guys that became stars, and he's buying low on these guys that underperformed at other organizations. And like the Quinn Priester story is an interesting one where he was told in the Pirates organization, it's all about velocity. You have to change the way you pitch because it's all about velocity. You have to be one of these flamethrowers. And he got to the Brewers pitching lab, and they said, no, just get outs. Like, do what you do well. And I think that when you look at it from an organizational standpoint and you look at the success of where they're at from a minor league standpoint and what they built in the Dominican Republic, right? Like as far as like player development and, fans complain about them operating like a small market team, but they invest heavily in those spots that have paid massive dividends. Organizationally, I do think they've been underrated as far as the alignment, the investment, and sort of the strategy that's allowed them to sort of become this team that they are.
And Priester now, we talked about like winning every time. He's 11-2. He's 11-2. And that is, and by the way, not the best record on the staff. I mean, I guess the best percentage, but 14-5. Yeah. 14-5 with Freddie, 10-4 Quintana. Like it's unbelievable. Well, more with Jason Wilde and Greg's buddy from The Athletic. Jason has this quarterback tier thing that he says is like really good. Maybe you've heard of it.
I like Mike Sando's quarterback tier. So I don't know.
Jason, have you heard of this guy?
I do. I've known Mike for 25 years. We've been covering he started out covering the Seahawks when I started out covering the Packers.
See, he's one of Wilde's buddies. I knew he's one of your friends. That's why you guys all know him. All right. Greg has this thing that I
don't even know if we need to go there.
On our All Brewers All the Time show, he said there's one question that he knows I won't get right that he needs to ask me on the air.
This is Craig being competitive because he started guessing during break who the fifth of the 5 quarterbacks in Tier 1 was, and he got the first one wrong, and his competition side came through, and he said, we got to do this on the air now.
Yeah, I want to look bad. Jason, do you already know who this 5th quarterback is?
I don't. No, I don't remember what the tiers were. I read the story, but that was like a week and a half ago.
Okay, so again, we know that it's going to be Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Burrow would be in Tier 1. So there's a 5th quarterback. Jason came in here and dominated an NBA list a few weeks ago. We'll see if he gets the 5th quarterback before I do. As we continue, it's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I don't think any Packer fan should be sitting here and saying the sky is falling. Woe is me.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And I know Jordan Love and that offensive staff is not going to say, well, the thumb set us back the whole season. Nobody's going to care. You better get it right. And I think that's why they had the surgery now to alleviate that. So this isn't something that lingers into middle to end of September.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
IndyCar is back at the Milwaukee Mile August 23rd and 24th. The Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250 weekend features a high-stakes NTT IndyCar Series race, and the free fan zone will be buzzing with energy all weekend long. Don't miss out on the non-stop action. Get your tickets now for an electrifying IndyCar weekend at the Snap-on Milwaukee Mile 250, August 23rd and 24th at Wisconsin State Fair Park.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
Your path to a degree should fit your life, not the other way around. At Lakeland University, you can personalize every part of your college experience. With a main campus in Sheboygan, evening classes across the state, and flexible online options, you choose how and when you learn. Just graduated high school, changing careers, juggling work and life, they've got options for you. You can even earn credit for experience you already have or for the work you're doing now, saving time and money. Start customizing your future today at lakeland.edu/ESPN. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Continuing with Jason Wilde and Wilde's buddy, apparently, not Greg's buddy. All right, so we're talking Brewers, but we're taking a quick break because you hit it right. I am competitive, and you said there's 5 tier 1 quarterbacks, and this is from talking to people in the league. This isn't this guy's tiers, right? This is
50 voters. There was 6 general managers, 6 assistant GMs, 6 former GMs, 5 other executives, 8 head coaches, 19 other coaches, including 15 coordinators.
Okay.
I said you do it in 5 guesses. You already have 1 wrong guess.
Yeah.
So you have 4 more guesses there for the 5th of the 5 quarterbacks on the tier 1, 4 of which I think are very obvious, right? When you look at Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Yes. I think those.
And your guess was Justin Herbert.
My guess was Justin Herbert just because you said I wouldn't be able to get it, and I just thought he was like random and had been bad in the postseason and all that. So I'm going to say if I actually was doing it with my real eyes of my quarterback assessment, which I don't know if those 50 people are better than me, mine would be Jaden Daniels.
Wrong.
Okay, but you're not saying I'm wrong.
I'm saying you're wrong.
I might
based
be
on
right.
what the NFL thinks. Like what the NFL thinks you're wrong on. Although I will say Jaden Daniels was the first quarterback in the tier 2. So he was ranked as the 6th overall quarterback by the NFL.
Yeah. See, now you am I trying to get it right or am I trying to say what it should be? All right. If Jaden Daniels is there and everyone knows how bad they're, like if you really watch the All 22 the way I do every week of every game, which I do. I think you know that, Jason, right? I watch the All 22 every week of every game.
Oh, yeah.
And I grade out.
You've done that for years.
I grade out the guards.
You do your own QBR, even though you
love
that
QBR. I love QBR,
ESPN.
but I could not name a guard on the Packers right now. And I will go with C.J. Stroud because he actually is that good. And if you grade out the film, that his offensive line was so bad, he did not have as big of a sophomore slump as people believe. C.J. Stroud for the win!
So now you've got the 6 was Jaden Daniels, 7 was Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud was tied for 9th.
Yeah, they have it wrong.
For 3.
They have it wrong.
The NFL, the
Yes,
GMs and the coaches have it wrong.
Yes, just like that's why the Brewers have been able to be so good because they know things that other people don't see. Okay, next up. And this guy is a darling of the QBR. And he often gets underrated because people have said he's a product of his system. And that's why he didn't deserve the money he got paid and all that. So tier 1 quarterback. And he also gets underrated because where he was drafted, he might be called Mr. Irrelevant for his draft pick, but Brock Purdy is clearly in tier 1. He is part of those top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL.
He is ranked 14th overall by the NFL in terms of best quarterbacks. You have 1 guess remaining here.
Well, I saved it for the last one because I knew it was right. And the NFL knows that the quarterback position has evolved. And it's about not just what you do with your arm, it's what you do with your legs. And it's about winning. And Jalen Hurts has clearly proven it. And the people in the league understand that Jalen Hurts is clearly a tier 1 quarterback in the NFL.
That is incorrect. He is tied with C.J. Stroud for number 9.
All right, so it's Matt Stafford.
It's Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
I knew that all along, but I was just playing along.
Tier 1, 5th quarterback in the league as ranked by the league, Matthew Stafford.
What do you think of that, Jason?
I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is whether he's going to be able to stay healthy and play. He is. I don't think people appreciate how good he is because he spent a good chunk of his career with a Lions team that wasn't good, and then they obviously made the move to trade him for Goff, and he ended up having obviously the Super Bowl winning year in L.A. I think we're surrounded by a football team here that believes in such youth at this point that it's easy to forget about how good Matthew Stafford is and how valuable it is to have a guy who's done it the way he has. I just don't know. Like, he was supposed to work out yesterday. Our old friend Sarah Barshop covers them for ESPN.com, and he did not have the workout he was supposed to have. I think there's growing concern about his availability, which doesn't change where he should be ranked. but certainly impacts what kind of success he can have this year.
By the way, last year in QBR, which you know I'm a big believer in, Lamar Jackson 1, Josh Allen 2, Joe Burrow 3,
Jordan Love 4,
Jaden Daniels 4, and Jordan Love 5.
Do you want to guess where Jordan Love falls in the list?
He is in the third tier.
He's in the second tier.
Okay.
Towards the bottom, but 13th overall.
Oh, okay, so that's still second tier. I would have put him 13th or so, right?
Yes.
We did that a few weeks ago,
Right
or
between
a few months
Brock
ago.
Purdy and Dak Prescott.
Yep, and he should be ahead of Dak Prescott, though.
Also behind Baker Mayfield.
I'm fine with that.
Jalen Hurts.
I'm fine with that.
C.J. Stroud,
Fine
Jared
with
Goff,
that. Fine
Justin
with that.
Herbert.
Fine with that. I mean, he should be ahead of Dak. That's the only one, right? If Dak's 12 and he's
And
13?
he is, right?
No,
he's 14, right?
I thought Purdy was 14.
Purdy's 14. Love is 13.
Oh.
Dak is 12.
Yeah,
I think I would
You're
have
not a
flipped
Dak
Dak
believer.
and Purdy.
No, I mean, again, look at their head-to-head postseason game, and I'm not going to put it all on that.
From 2 years ago.
Yeah. But what has Dak done in the postseason different than that to make you believe? And Jordan Love has not done so much worse. I know he threw the bad pick in the Niners game the way it ended, but I don't see how you. I don't think a lot of teams right now, if you gave them the choice, would pick Dak Prescott over Jordan Love. I mean, Jason, do you get that sense? The teams would pick
No.
Dak Prescott over Jordan Love? I mean, this is 50,
No.
but you guys are saying your
But
guy is.
It's not saying who would you pick from now beyond. It's saying who's the best in the moment, right?
But in the moment for this year, I'm saying if you ask those 50 guys, they're really taking Dak Prescott over Jordan Love today. That's surprising to me. I mean, and by the way, I'm not so down on. I don't think Dak Prescott's a bum, but I think Jordan Love is just a little better version of doing similar things. Dak Prescott last year was 29th in QBR in his 8 games. So, all right. Well, there you go. So we were talking Brewers, and I guess our time's up. And so there you have it, Jason. Great hanging with you as always, and we appreciate you not opting out of us. And hopefully, at this time next week, what will we be up to from a Brewers win total? Do we know what the schedule looks like this week? I mean, do we have?
It's a big schedule this week.
Oh, a doubleheader, right?
Cubs.
You have 5 games in 4 days at Wrigley Field.
Okay, so win today, then 5 wins against the Cubs. So that's 6. I'm just thinking if we're getting to double burgers yet. So that'll be, and then 2 more against the Giants. So that'd be 7 wins. We'd be at 21 wins at that point. Oh, no, 8. No, and today. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. So we'd be at 22 wins. So we'd be 2 wins away from double burgers. And has George Webb documented that there will be double burgers?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Jason, you were alive back in '87 when that happened. Do you know if double burgers are in the mix?
Well, no, I don't know because they only won 1 more game, and then later that season they had a 12-game losing streak, which Tausch and I decided anyone who got a free burger for the 13 in a row start should have had to come and work a shift for free to pay off their burger because the Brewers then lost 12 in a row.
I love it. And the thing about this team, okay, so is this team capable of losing 8 games in a row?
I don't think so. Go ahead, Jason.
Oh, I just said I don't think so.
So why do you guys not think so? Because of the kind of pitching and the fundamentals? Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. I mean,
exactly
the thing that is crazy that I will just rattle off from a pitching standpoint that I think is like so crazy because, you know, I've used that wins over replacement and wins above replacement. I know like people don't necessarily understand the deep analytics and I don't even understand how they come up with that, but they have 8 pitchers who are more than a 1 win over replacement. So if you think about that, if you're like a 500 team and then you have 8 wins just coming, 8 guys that each have 1 win over replacement, but Freddie's been 3.7, Quinn Priester's been 2, Uribe's 1.8, McGill 1.6, Woodruff in only 7 games pitched is a 1.5, Patrick 1.4, Quintana 1.3, Ashby 1.2, Logan Henderson 1.1, and then there's still guys like Koenig and DL Hall who've been positive in mirrors. Like, the pitching staff is so good, and then we rattled off that they have the best batting average and have scored the most runs in baseball. So I'm with you guys. I'm not jinxing it, but like I don't think there's that kind of risk with this team because they are so consistent up and down the lineup and up and down the rotation. What an exciting
I think the dangerous game is actually today because I think they're going to try to sit everybody knowing they've got, a doubleheader tomorrow. And
well, you're saying a dangerous game. There's no games that are dangerous when you're 9 games ahead of the Cubs.
No, I'm just saying as far as the
winning
double
streak.
burger
Yes,
win streak.
yes,
like,
I agree.
And if you're,
I'm joking about
Brewers,
the double burgers
you're
and
push
winning.
Quintana as far as you can today because you've got to rest up.
You're not. I mean, again, you would think that you're not winning 22 games in a row, and I'm kind of joking about that, but. Like, I feel like they've tried to do that a few times, like last Sunday against the Mets. I feel like that's what they tried to do last Sunday against the Mets, and they still pulled it out. Their 3 highest leverage relievers were unavailable in a game that I think they were down 5 runs, and they still won the game.
Double burgers would be the longest win streak in over 100 years in Major League Baseball.
Yeah. If there's anyone who's going to do it, it's this team. Thanks, Jason.
Can't wait for the movie. All right, guys, take care. Be good.
There he is, Jason Wilde. You can follow him at Jason J. Wilde and listen to Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon and on the ESPN Wisconsin app where you can get all your podcasts. We will have I think we're going to just have more Brewers talk as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist, the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com. Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. The biggest sports stories in Wisconsin, talked about by Wisconsin sports fans, for Wisconsin sports fans.
The Bucks aren't answering the phone. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't answer the phone because you don't just get. I don't care if you give me 65 first-round picks. You're not getting another Giannis.
Right. So my natural take here is going to, I'm going Packers here.
I fully agree with you.
Yeah, I'll take the Packers in the home opener as well.
Yeah, the Packers going to come in and they got to prove something. They got to play with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they beat Detroit week
Jason,
1.
do you think this is crazy that all 4 of us just picked the Packers in week 1?
Congratulations, you've now assured the fact that the Lions will win.
This is Sunday Karma, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brand's founder and CEO, Craig Karmazin.
What a summer. What a month. Brewers undefeated in the month of August. Phillies up 6-0, and who cares? Right? Like that we're saying Phillies up 6-0, and who cares? Right? Because the Brewers are so far ahead of the Phillies for the best record in the National League. The one thing I do think is interesting is when you are the best team, like the Brewers are, and I'm not saying like the best regular season team. I am saying the best team. Like I'm saying they're a better team than the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't think you can argue otherwise.
Right. When you are the best team, do you start looking at that other stuff and are you like, you know what? Let's make sure the Dodgers win their division because we don't want to necessarily see them because the Padres went ahead of the Dodgers this week for a little bit. And so at that point, the Brewers were as of Saturday, if the playoffs started on Saturday, the Brewers would have played the winner of the Cubs and the Dodgers, which probably are the second and third best teams in the National League behind the Brewers. Do you care about that? And would you rather play teams like that in a 5-game series versus 7? Or is it like you're going to have to play everyone anyway? Or do you say like we'd rather get, a lesser team, or are there no lesser teams?
Well, that's stuff to me is so far out of your control, right? I mean, like, how can you control what the Dodgers are doing? You're not going to then, like, if they have a series against the Padres or a series against the Dodgers, try to, like, not beat L.A.
No, I'm not saying that, but I guess I'm saying, assume
I think now your goal does shift from win the division to best record in baseball, right? Like that is something where now it's
best record in the NL.
At best record in the NL, because now you do want that home field.
Yeah. And so, but again, assuming you have that, do you care who ends up in the different slots? Like, let's just say right now the Phillies and Dodgers are tied for the 2 seed. So do you want the Dodgers to get the 2 seed so that you don't see them until the NLCS? Do you want then the Phillies to have the 3 seed so then you do not see them until the NLCS? Because to me, that feels like the best scenario.
I would agree.
Right? I feel now you could argue the Cubs are just as good.
No.
But I'm saying they're only one. They're tied in the loss column.
Yeah,
with both of those teams, they all have 53 losses. The Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Cubs.
If you look at who's set up best for playoff baseball,
the Cubs pitching staff is not as good. They're starting pitching.
You worry about the Phillies and you worry about the Dodgers. So yes, but like again, I think that's more of if you're you working for the Brewers or you're a fan, you're rooting for that to happen.
Right. So then you're rooting for basically you want Cubs 4. Padres 5, and the Brewers to play the winner of Cubs Padres.
Yes,
in the National League Division Series. That's basically what you're wanting to happen.
Yes, and then you want the Phillies and the Dodgers to have an all-out brawl in that on the other side of the bracket.
Now they reseed though, right? So if the Mets were to upset like the Phillies, let's say, right? Do they reseed? Because didn't the Mets end up? Or did the Mets beat someone else to play the Dodgers?
There is no way to reseed in the divisional round.
I'm saying, is it the top? Like, is it like, let's say the 6 seed wins against the 3 seed. Do they play the Brewers as the 1 seed, or is it a pure bracket where they're playing the winner? Like the 3-6 is playing the 2.
Will you on that?
Do they reseed now in baseball going into the division series?
So I know it's all the division winners, and then best record, obviously, and then as follows of the division winners. And then it's in the wild card, it's just the next 3 best records. And then.
No, right.
Are you saying they advance, they reseed?
I'm saying
no, MLB playoffs do not reseed after the wild card series.
I don't
bracket
think they
remains
reseed.
the same.
Okay.
So number 1's always going to face the winner of the 4-5 matchup. The number 2 seed will always face the winner of the 3 seed.
Okay, so that means if the Brewers are in the 1 spot, there's no way pretty much right now they're playing the Mets, assuming the Mets hold on for that last wild card.
Which it seems like they're not going to. I mean, they've got among the worst record in baseball here over the last 30 games or so.
Right, but who's going to catch them? The Reds? I mean, the Reds are the only team within a game and a half of them. I mean, I guess the Reds are competitive. I mean, they've looked good the last 2 days. I don't know. They can't field. They fall down and twist their. Do we know how Staley's doing? Any updates?
Extended leg.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
that seems even worse.
A 30-year-old left fielder, like he's not one of their top prospects.
I feel bad about. I mean, the Diamondbacks, maybe, and they can't come from 5.5 behind the Mets right now. Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, again, it depends how bad the Mets can get.
Right, but okay. But either way, the Mets aren't playing the Brewers, right? Assuming the Brewers can hold on to the one spot. So then it's about that 4 and 5. So the Brewers could play any of the Dodgers, the Cubs, the Padres. That's it. Dodgers, Cubs, or Padres are who they're basically going to play. Unless crazy stuff happens.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Phillies could fall to 3.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Phillies, Dodgers, Cubs, Padres.
Yep.
So, and of those teams, we would rather have the Phillies and Dodgers end up 2 and 3, even though the Padres just got a lot better at the trade deadline, right? You'd rather have those two teams end up 2 and 3 so that you end up playing either the Padres or the Cubs in the division series, which is that best of 5 series.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and again, I think if you just want to avoid the Phillies and the Dodgers.
That's what I'm saying. So you want them to end up in the 2 and 3 slots.
And the best way to do that is to go and take 4 or 5 or 5 or 5 against the Cubs this week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's in the Brewers' control is just keep playing good baseball and keep winning.
I mean, you're saying that, but it's really, at this point, I think it's taking 2 out of 5.
Well, no, if you want to help the seeding, though.
Oh, you're saying.
Like, if you want, like, the best way to ensure you get the Cubs.
No, but the Cubs aren't going to move up. The Cubs.
Not for the division. We're not even talking about the division race anymore.
That's what I'm saying is the Cubs, the highest seed. The Cubs aren't catching the Brewers if the Brewers, beat them 2 out of 5, right? If the Cubs beat them 5 out of 5, maybe you get a little worried.
That's right,
but the Brewers are still up 4, right? So there's no reseed. So the Cubs can't get above the 4 seed unless they catch the Brewers.
Yep.
I'm saying if the Brewers were to be swept 5 games, which we've said we don't think they're going to be, right? Then at that point, then you're worried about the Phillies maybe catching you or the Dodgers, catching fire from the 1 seed.
Just keep winning. If you're the Brewers.
But I'm saying if you ultimately play close to 500 ball the rest of the year, if you win 22 out of your next 40 games, do you know what that means?
It's a 100-win ball club.
100 wins.
Mm-hmm.
22 out of the next 40, you've won 100 games. And, everyone else, the Phillies would need to go 30-9 to win 100 games. So, if you play just, around 500 or better ball, you're right around 100 wins and you're the 1 seed. And you really just want the Dodgers to beat out the Phillies. The Dodgers to beat out the Padres. And if that happens, I think you pretty much will end up with what you want, which is Brewers end up playing Cubs-Padres winner in the National League Division Series rather than somehow catching the Phillies or the Dodgers, which I don't think you'd want in that first round.
Yep.
Unless, again, you'd say, hey, because if you think you're truly the better team, then you want to play the best teams in a 7-game series. If you think you're not, then I could understand an argument. Hey, maybe we can get lucky against them in a 5-game series.
You could end up having to play both the
right. If
Phillies
the Dodgers get the wild card, if the Dodgers are the wild card team, then you could get the Dodgers in the division series and then the Phillies in the championship series, which you wouldn't want.
That, no.
But I look at the Dodgers pitching and how much they invested in that pitching. There is no argument that their pitching staff is close to what the Brewers' pitching staff is.
Absolutely. And if you look at the top of the rotation for the Phillies, that's a darn good rotation.
That is a good one.
With a few power hitters between Harper and Schwarber that can just catch fire and completely change the dynamic of a series.
Yes, and that is why, as we said, you wouldn't want to play both. But I still think in a 7-game series, right now, odds-wise, the Dodgers and Phillies are both favored to win the World Series ahead of the Brewers.
Yes.
As of a week and a half ago, there were 8 other teams that were favored to win the World Series over the Brewers. The Brewers have now surpassed all 8 of those teams.
As they should.
Yeah. And so, but are you saying they shouldn't pass the Dodgers and Phillies yet? As we sit here today, should the Dodgers, and by the way odds are determined is basically what are people going to bet, right? It's not based on totally what's going to happen. It's based on where will action come in. And so right now, the Brewers are still the 3rd favorite to win as we look at it now.
Well, yeah, you've got two teams that have had a lot more playoff success with teams that have stayed consistent as far as what their roster is. So it does not surprise me at all. Now, if the Dodgers...
But the Brewers have surpassed, interestingly, Seattle, Toronto, Houston, and Detroit. So they've passed 4 American League teams. So now it's weird. The top 3 odds to win the World Series are all National League teams.
Yeah, and I bet if you were to go to the beginning of the year, you probably had the Dodgers and Phillies that were top two of the top 3 teams in terms of odds to win the World Series to start the year.
So now here's the weirder thing. The Brewers are ahead of the Phillies to win the National League, but they're behind them to win the World Series.
Yeah, again, you haven't seen it before. People have a hard time investing or betting on things they haven't seen before. You've seen the Phillies go deep in the playoffs with this roster. You've seen the Dodgers win the World Series with this roster. You have not seen the Brewers get past the first round of the playoffs with the core of this roster.
All right, I'm going to play a little fun game with you when we come back, and I know you might be shocked, but the theme is the Milwaukee Brewers. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Attention Milwaukee County residents. As we move into the recovery phase from recent flooding, it's crucial to stay safe and informed. If you've experienced property damage, please report it by calling 211. That is 211. For public damage like downed trees, visit milwaukee.gov/click4action. Over the next few days, Milwaukee County officials will be doing property evaluations of the damage. The county will report total damages to the state of Wisconsin. We appreciate your help and support. For more information, visit wem.wi.gov. Thank you.
Step right up and gaze into my crystal ball. I see flashing lights, spinning reels, and a big win. This August, you have a ticket to a cash carnival at Potawatomi. Play with your rewards card and earn entries to win your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Prize drawings every Thursday through August 28th. Your fortune awaits only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Get ready for a free fight night, Milwaukee. Rev and Rumble Boxing Night is coming to Davidson Park on Saturday, August 23rd. Watch top amateur fighters from across the Midwest go head-to-head in a night of non-stop action. Enjoy local food trucks, drinks, and exclusive merch, plus family fun like face painting and retro video games. That's Rev and Rumble Boxing Night at Davidson Park. Free for all ages from 3 to 8 p.m. on Saturday, August 23rd. Learn more and register at revandrumble.com.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Avondale Roofing is knocking on your door. Leaking roof? Man, that's a shame. Call the real pros. We running this game. We patch it, thatch it, no need to stress. Our crew shows up and cleans up the mess. No drips, no drafts, no drama at all. Just tight new shingles that are leak-proof all. Hey.
It's nothing but Avondale, baby. They keep it dry when the weather gets crazy. Hey.
Visit AvondaleRoofing.com. That is AvondaleRoofing.com.
Modernizing business technology is critical for a positive impact on efficiency and reducing operating costs. That's exactly what Tri-City National Bank found out when they called on James Imaging Systems. Listen to Bank CIO Robert Prang.
We also went through a large retooling of our print environment, changing from where we had almost 200 printers.
All the way down to just 97 printers. That's managed print services from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
Robert, would you recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems?
Yes, in a heartbeat. I would recommend James.
Learn more at jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Song reminds me why Greg is truly an evil man. Do you know why, Will?
No clue.
No, he's not. It's actually why he's cold-hearted and just has no soul, but it's not evil in any way, actually.
That's so much better.
No, it's way better because it means you're not denying your children the joy. You're just denying them the ability to experience it with you. This, of course, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which everyone knows would be the best song that you could get on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Epcot. And Greg, of course, has said he refuses to ever take his children to Disney World.
Yep.
So,
wow.
I'll take them anywhere else.
Yep.
But not Disney.
Yep. All right. It's time for everybody's favorite game show, How'd He Get Here? That's right, where we will talk about Milwaukee Brewers and what teams they played with before. We will ask Will to name the brewer, and Greg will tell you if Will is correct or not correct. So here we go. This brewer only played with the Miami Marlins. Who is this brewer?
Chris.
I said Will answer, and then you will say if he is correct.
Christian Yelich.
He says it's Christian Yelich, Greg.
That is correct.
Nicely done, Will and Greg. All right. Now we go to this player who has only played with the Atlanta Braves. How'd he get here? Who is it, Will?
I'm going to go, is it Monasterio?
That is incorrect.
Who is it?
William Contreras.
That is correct. All right. Greg is pretty impressive here. This player has only played for the San Diego Padres.
This is Brendan Lockridge.
What do you think?
Yes, that is correct.
That is correct. Nicely done, Will. This player has played for the Pirates and Red Sox. How'd he get here?
Quinn Priester.
Nailed it.
All right. There we go. So Greg, you've swept up one. Will has 3, which is pretty impressive. And you've
Very well done.
You've not been stumped. This player has played for the Chicago Cubs and the Minnesota Twins.
It's got to be a pitcher, I feel like.
The Chicago Cubs and the Minnesota Twins. We're asking about Brewers players. How'd he get here?
I'm going to go Blake Perkins.
Blake Perkins. What do you think, Greg? Is he correct?
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's right.
I don't think it's right.
You're going to say he's not right? Who are you going to say it is?
Man.
I feel like it's tough to not know somebody that played for the Cubs previously and then the Brewers, too.
Well, Cubs, Twins, 2. It's got to be a pitcher. I don't know. Hold on, Aaron Ashby?
It is the man who has 29 saves this year.
Oh, Trevor McGill.
Trevor McGill. That is how he got here. By the way, before Trevor McGill was a Brewer, he had -1 wins above replacement and an 8.37 ERA with the Cubs. Then he went to the Twins, where he had a 4.80 ERA and 0.8 wins below average. And now he is a 2.09 ERA and 3rd in baseball with 29 saves. All right, Greg, you were doing pretty good.
I was. That one got
As we
me.
play, How'd he get here? All right, this guy just played for the A's.
The A's?
Just played for the A's.
How recently? Can I get
No.
that clue or no?
No. That is not part of the game.
A's. It's got to be. I think we're on pitchers now permanently. I'm gonna go DL Hall.
What do you think, Greg?
I don't think it's DL Hall.
Who do you think it is?
Just the A's. We're gonna go with. Oh man,
The A's is such a tough one.
yeah. What if we go? I don't know, Jared Koenig.
That is correct.
Okay.
5-1 this
I
year.
thought he played somewhere
for
else.
the Brewers.
Just the A's.
That's what.
Okay.
ESPN.
All right.
The ESPN app, which is my official. All right. Well, now we're about midway through the game. Let's get to know our contestant a little bit. Will, so where are you from?
I'm from the northwest suburbs of Chicago.
And how did you end up in Milwaukee?
I went to college up at Concordia in Mequon. So I
okay.
went there to play baseball. I played for 2 years and just hung around the area. So
And what do you do for a living now?
I work here full time as a producer for ESPN
Full-time
Milwaukee.
Will.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And what do you do? Like, I mean, for this show, and this show's this bad, and you produce this full time. I don't think we've ever talked about the show once. What are you doing full time?
So I do all the imaging and production for the station, so commercials, and then I fill in on the board whenever anything or anybody's out and make promos and all that. So, yeah, kind of just a little bit of everything, piecing it all together.
He's actually a good producer, which made me laugh when you had to feel like you needed to go and hang up on Will to yourself afterwards because you could have just trusted that Will was going to get him off the
I mean, he's left my mic on during like 2 or 3 of the breaks. I don't know.
Oh, well, usually someone turns their own mic off. but-
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Last question for you. What made you want to get into sports media?
Well, before I was going to go into
Okay,
the
we're
field-
bored. Let's go on now to our
Okay.
next question. This player played for the Pirates and Rockies. How'd he get here?
Pirates and Rockies. I'm going to go Tyler Black.
Oh, what do you think, Greg?
I do not think that is the case.
Who do you think it is?
Pirates and Rockies. I am going to go with. Oh, man, that's a tough one. I don't have a great guess on this, but I will say currently on the roster. Is it Monasterio? No. He came up through.
It is a guy who pitched 2 1/3 spotless innings in the postseason for the Brewers last year. Did have a little struggles in the 11th inning or whatever inning that was last night. That is Nick Mears.
Nick Mears.
Yeah,
I was not
Mears,
gonna
who
get
came
that.
from the Pirates and the Rockies. Okay.
Fun fact, Tyler Black, one of 3 Brewers position players over 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right. Next up for you, Will, on How'd he get here? We're talking about a guy who played on the White Sox, the Cubs, the Angels, the Giants, the Pirates, the Cardinals, and the Mets. How'd he get here? Who is this?
The journeyman, Jose Quintana.
What do you think?
I think he's right.
He is.
Well done.
All right. It's time for our final player on How'd he get here? So that when you're with your friends today, you can stun them with your knowledge of Brewers and their paths to Milwaukee. And this player has only played with the Baltimore Orioles. Ooh, who could that be?
Well,
He's only played with the Baltimore Orioles.
I think we've answered Monasterio like 2 or 3 times, but
No, it's not him.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Thanks for the hint.
You already looked him up and saw that he's only been a Brewer?
I said that he was only a Brewer, and I still guessed him for one, just in
Yeah.
case I was wrong.
Monasterio has only been a Brewer.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many, and the reason I have a closing thought after we finish this game here. Do you have an answer?
I will go with Tobias Myers.
Tobias Myers. What do you think? Is that the winning answer here?
I do not think that is the winning answer.
It is.
I think that is.
Who do you think it is?
Am I wrong?
Who do you think it is?
I think it is Joey Ortiz.
It is actually D.L. Hall. But by the way, could it also be Joey Ortiz?
Yes,
it is also Joey Ortiz in the same trade.
Yes,
ding, ding, ding.
Corbin Burns. Yeah.
In the Corbin Burns
that
trade.
One I knew.
I didn't know he had 15 games played, 33 at-bats at the major league level before he came in the Corbin Burns trade. Yep. So it is, in fact, D.L. Hall and Joey Ortiz. The thing that's amazing about this is how many guys truly haven't played anywhere else, right? Guys like Bryce Terang, guys like Sal Frelick, guys like Caleb Durbin, who was just acquired in the trade but had no Major League Baseball experience before he came over. Jackson Churio, right? Like, there's just so many guys. Blake Perkins, guys who just, Garrett Mitchell, right? Like, who we forget about now. Like, there is just so many guys who just came through this system and have done it. And by the way, that's not just the hitters that I just ran through. That's just who I happen to have pulled up, right?
I mean, Freddie Peralta, Mizorowski, Abner Uribe, Woodruff, right?
Yep.
Like, I mean, it is remarkable. And again,
Chad Patrick.
And again,
I assume Logan Henderson, right?
Right now, Baseball America has the best farm system as the Milwaukee Brewers. So it's not like, oh, this was their big push, and now they're all up here in the majors, and that's why they're so good. Yeah. They've got a whole nother crop coming up right behind this team.
Yep. And speaking of a crop, there's no crop better than the crop of lawyers and support team at Gruber Law Offices, right? That's nationally recognized, but it's locally owned and family owned. That's why one call, that's all means something to every single person in this community, but it means something a little different for the team at Gruber Law Offices, right? I think everyone in Wisconsin knows Gruber Law Offices and knows them because they know one call, that's all. But they might know it because it's a fun slogan. They might know it because they see David at a game or they've seen him around town because this is a locally owned thing. They may see him walking around, the parade or whatever. But one call, that's all at Gruber Law Offices means that when you make that one call, you have a team dedicated to your success, right? It doesn't mean that one call and everything's going to be resolved. It means one call and you can take a deep breath because you're going through something you never wanted to go through. And now you have a team of people working for you who've done it over 30,000 times for Wisconsin residents, or at least over 10,000 times over the last 30 plus years for Wisconsin residents. So that's why if you're ever injured, remember, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush-mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family-owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and The Pickler is coming to Menominee Falls with 9 indoor courts and unlimited pickleball play. Leagues, clinics, tournaments, all included. The first tier of founder memberships is sold out, but you can still grab a great deal. $99 a month or $1,049 for a year. Only through the grand opening on August 23rd, with free open play, raffle prizes, and welcome gifts for the first 50 people. Go to pickler.com, hit the Menominee Falls page, and we'll see you on the court.
Ready to escape to a resort that has it all? The Island Resort and Casino is your total thrill getaway, where championship golf, a luxury spa, world-class gaming, and epic entertainment come together. Tee it up at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Unwind at the Drift Spa. Dine, play, win, repeat. Go all in on an unforgettable getaway. Book your total experience today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I don't know, is Roku going to lose this early baseball game? It's kind of fun having these going on Sunday mornings. It's already the bottom of the third. It's already 6-3 now as the Nationals are going crazy. They have 2 on. They've already put 3 runs across in the bottom of the third as they trail the Phillies 6-3. Again, it is only worth noting because the Phillies do have the second best record in the National League. And it's incredible that not only have the Brewers surpassed everybody in the division, the league, but in all of Major League Baseball, and then they've lapped them. And I'm sure the Cubs at some point were like, hey, we put together a 3 or 4 game winning streak, and like, we're not catching up to the Brewers at all. Like, it's like nothing they do seems to matter. And when you look at the wild card chase, the Cubs are still right now 6 games. I guess they're 4.5 ahead of the Mets. Yeah, so they're 6 games ahead of the Reds. So they're in really good position, and there's not a lot the Cubs can do to help themselves. There's not a lot they can do to hurt themselves. The difference is, do they want to be...
They're only 4.5 games up on the Mets, though.
Yeah, but the Mets have been so bad,
they have
right?
Been so bad.
So I'm saying the Mets were ahead of all these teams, and then the Mets have, I think the Mets have won 4 of their last 19 games.
Yeah,
at this point, so the Mets are 4-15, I think, in their last 19 games. So if the Cubs were to, go below the Padres, right? We saw it with the Brewers last year. You want those games at home in the wild card, but are they? It doesn't guarantee you anything. So if the Cubs can stay in the lead wild card slot, then they host the wild card game. If they end up second or third wild card, then they're going on the road and they're playing either the Phillies or the Dodgers or Padres, right? So I think that's the motivation for the Cubs, and that's what they're playing for when they play these 5 games. Again, 5 games in 4 days?
5 games in 4 days.
5 games. And do we have a look yet at the pitching matchups there?
We do. That just came out here recently. And, for those wondering, we will have Dom Catronio down in Wrigley Field covering the game all week long, coming up here on ESPN Milwaukee and, of course, on WTMJ. So game 1 tomorrow is going to be Freddie Peralta. TBD on game 2, which is going to be a Pat Murphy special. Tuesday's Brandon.
Wait. So now Freddie Peralta versus Cade Horton. Okay, so that's the matchup in the first one. And we've said it, the Cubs' biggest weakness, we think, is their starting pitching, right? It is their starting pitching. But the amazing thing is, when you look at that game, Freddie Peralta versus Cade Horton, right now in Matchup Predictor on ESPN.com, the Cubs are 50.3% to win that game. At some point, do these models not understand the Brewers?
No, not at all. Because I'm guessing a lot of it is weighted far more towards... I actually don't even know at this point what it would be weighted towards.
Right?
Offensively, they're better. Defensively, they're better. Pitching-wise, they're better.
And Cade Horton's good, by the way.
Cade Horton is good, but he's not as good as Freddie Peralta.
Right. And they don't have a better bullpen than the Brewers.
Maybe it's the home field, right? And then if you go down and you look at, I'm guessing there is probably no line yet on that game from a gambling standpoint.
Yeah, for game 2.
But my guess is that the Brewers will be favored in that game.
Okay. Game 3 of the series.
Game 3.
August 19th. Brandon Woodruff versus Matthew Boyd. Again, Matthew Boyd is good, right? When you talk about their pitchers. Matchup Predictor, ESPN.com, 61.4% that the Cubs will beat the Brewers with Brandon Woodruff, who is 4-0.
Yes.
I mean, are we serious on this?
Well, you're also going to the ESPN Analytics Matchup Predictor.
Okay, now we go to August 20th. Jacob Mizorowski versus Colin Ray. Colin Ray, solid. Jacob Mizorowski, unhittable, except last game against the Reds. ESPN Matchup Predictor. Cubs 54.5% to win that game. Okay. Final game of the series. We're playing 5 games for real now. Quinn Priester. How many games in a row has he won that he started?
14.
Okay. He is going to be going against Shota Imanaga. Who's solid. Good pitcher. Not taking anything away from him. What a percentage that the Brewers are going to win when Quinn Priester pitches in the last 14? What are the percentage that they win?
100%.
ESPN Matchup Predictor, 41.5% that the Brewers win. So, no knock on the Cubs here, but Brewers still not getting respect by analytics. And whatever the Brewers are doing, I think their front office is good, right? If they look at baseball the way other people's analytics look at baseball, then I think that's what the Brewers want, right? Have everyone continue to think they're the 3rd or 4th best team in the division while they're the best team in Major League Baseball. That is what we just saw based on ESPN's analytics, and it seems to be proven because, right, people have been able to watch what the Brewers are doing every year, and no one else seems to be doing it. At least people aren't doing it at as high a level and as consistently. And I know people might argue the postseason. I don't think that's a valid argument.
No, I don't either. I mean, especially considering what happened last year in a 3-game series where that was a coin flip.
Right. And the Dodgers, you could have seen that for years and years where they were getting eliminated in the postseason, but it doesn't change that they were the best team in baseball and they were a great team. And then in a short series in baseball or even a long series in baseball, you're not guaranteed the best team's going to win. We will have our Palermo's picks when we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Best of the best, easy. National Championship game, 1977. Beat North Carolina 67-59 because 14 of 15 from the free throw line in the final 2 minutes in 8 1-and-1 situations. Back then, no getting 10 fouls and 2 automatic free throws. 8 1-and-1s, missed the first free throw once, and 14 of 14 in the other 7 1-and-1s. Oh, baby! National champs forever. After a year of uncertainty, most employers are reluctant to make changes to their health insurance plans. A level funding medical insurance plan may be the answer you've been looking for. Find out how a level funding plan can cut your costs. For more information, call Eric Pearson at Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, level funding. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, and we've all been feeling the heat, and if your home isn't staying cool, your windows might be the reason why. That's why now is the perfect time to call Universal Windows Direct. And Universal Windows Direct has an incredible offer to help you. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and there is no limit. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and trust me, once you feel the difference, you'll be saying what I say. I love my windows.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Ortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's holy pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Whether you're headed to the ballpark or gearing up for kickoff,
roll up in a ride that's game day ready.
At Tsunami Express Car Wash, you'll get unlimited washes for less than $1 a day, plus fast lane access, free vacuums, and detailing tools included in every visit. With locations across Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, New Berlin, and Mount Pleasant, there's always a Tsunami near you. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to sign up and score big all season long. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Hey, golf enthusiasts! Discover a hidden lakeside course in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin at Majestic Oaks. Tee off on a course with over 2 miles of lakefront where wide fairways and challenging greens await. It's an 18-hole golfing experience like no other. Join them for the best family golf nights in the state where everyone can enjoy the game together. Golf, cart, drinks, and snacks for under $15 a person, and several membership options for you to find the perfect fit for your lifestyle. Ready to play? Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. Majestic Oaks Golf Course, where your best game awaits.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin, presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, this is going to be an interesting pick for me because it is actually Stranger Things pizza. Do you know that it's now Stranger Things pizza? It's no more Surfer Boy pizza, bro chacho?
Hola, bro chacho. I did know that, and they've got some new flavors out this year that are fantastic.
Because you have been the voice of
Surfer Boy pizza.
Are you globally like the voice of Surfer Boy Pizza, or just
at least here in the state of Wisconsin? I have been the audio voice of Surfer Boy Pizza. When I recorded that commercial, I had very long hair. I think they thought, you know what, he looks like he's a surfer boy. He must sound like it too. And so you've heard me say, "Hola, bro chachos," many times over the past couple of years.
Yes. So it's been rebranded Stranger Things, and The pizza is unbelievable. The crust is the best crust you'll have on any pizza that you can make at home ever. And it's so good, and it's available, just about everywhere. It's so good. I went to see the Stranger Things Broadway show. Unbelievable. Like the special effects, everything. If you're going to New York ever and you're a Stranger Things fan, totally worth the watch, especially leading into the season ending of Stranger Things, which is coming this year. The entire, this next season will be the series finale of Stranger Things. And you can get Stranger Things pizza. The Indiana Fever had a great collab with Stranger Things on their jersey this week. But no more delicious collab than with our friends at Palermo's. They are Wisconsin's pizza. And there's so many brands. There's so many different things based on the mood you're in. Urban pie. I think most people, the biggest, most well-known is Screamin' Sicilian, right? With so many different versions of it, so many different ways to eat the Screamin' Sicilian, where you're getting the incredible toppings with everything. And when you're supporting any of those, you're supporting a locally owned Wisconsin company. And that is why we love Palermo's Pizza, whichever brand of Palermo's. What's your go-to?
Well, I love the Stranger Things. They've got the new Hawkins Lab combo. Delicious. Otherwise, we usually go Screamin' Sicilian.
I was just like I would know what a Hawkins Lab combo would be without knowing what it is.
It's got like the sausage, the pepperoni. It's also got some pepper on it, so it's got a little bit of a kick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would like that.
It's good.
Ooh.
Italian sausage, pepperoni, mozzarella, marinara, and a hatch chili pepper.
Sounds so good. That is the Netflix Stranger Things Hawkins Lab combination pizza. Just another part of the Palermo's family of pizzas. That was my pick for the week. Big thanks to Will. Big thanks to Scalzo and all of you for being a part of it. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Don't settle. And send us out, Greg.
Go Brewers!
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automotive